REED-BBS, BBS. Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois. Like I stated in my last video, the math is mathing. Numbers don't lie. 28 wins, 25 KOs for Joshua. 21 wins, 20 KOs for Dubois. Somebody get knocked the fuck out. Saturday, September 21st. Riyadh season. Wembley Stadium. London, England. His Excellency, Turkey Allah Sheikh. And in my DJ Khaled voice, another one for Turkey. His Excellency, Turkey Allah Sheikh. And not only is he having a card now, Riyadh season in Wembley, U.S. fans can order Joshua Dubois for the low price of $19.99. Now, you cheap bastards out there that insist on illegally streaming and pirating, okay, I can't even blame you when shit's $79.99, $85.99, whatever the case may be. But this shit is dirt fucking cheap. $19.99. Come on now. For the greater good of boxing, you can afford to spend $20 goddamn dollars. What else you gonna do with it? Again, lap dances, a sack of weed, a fucking case of beer. Gonna plop down $19.99. You're a fucking adult now. You're a grown ass man. Pay for some shit. Quit pirating it. But I digress. This matchup stemmed from sparring. Sparring is sparring. And yes, Dubois got the better of it. Joshua finally copped to that at the final presser, saying he got caught with a shot. It is what it is. All it proved is Dubois can indeed hurt Anthony Joshua. But, I mean, any man over 200 pounds can hurt any other man over 200 pounds. That's just what that is if he hits him. No more, no less. And while it could be a sign of superiority, in some cases, I don't quite see it here, mainly because of the Ben Davison factor. We've noticed a change in Joshua, a progressive but apparent change ever since Ben Davison stepped in. I think after this fight with Dubois, we'll be able to start to quantify the Ben Davison factor. Joshua tried to. I think we'll be able to. Ultimately, it's going to boil down to if Joshua gets back in the ring with Usyk. That's when we'll have a full and firm grasp on the Ben Davison factor. But Joshua tried to quantify it somewhat in a pre-fight quote that I found interesting. In terms of where I'm at, there's a time when I was doing what I was doing, and in front of everyone on the live stage, I was changing my style. I was trying to develop a different style of boxing. It weren't so much of a fan-friendly style either. Then I teamed up with Ben Davison, and we were on the same page, and we changed style again, but we changed for the better. It's not just me doing it on my own accord. Ben's got a good eye for detail, and he gets it, and I get it as well. When I fought Usyk, I tried to change style the first fight. Then I changed it again for the second fight. Pulev, I was hands in the air, loose shoulders. I was trying to develop in different aspects. And then Ben pulled it all together at the last minute. Thought that was interesting. Dubois, again, he's over 200 pounds. He's a dangerous man. He has a history of hurting Joshua. His activity is another strength of Dubois. Joshua will be Dubois' fourth fight within the span of just 13 months. 3 of those fights will have been against Usyk, Ergovic, and then Joshua. All, by today's standards, top-class heavyweight opposition. The other opponent, the fourth opponent, was Chunky Gerald Miller, who presented a unique mental challenge for a gentlemanly, soft-spoken sort like Dubois. Chunky Gerald berated him with comments among such softer than baby shit. Said Dubois was softer than baby shit. Stylistically, Get to the meat and potatoes of this shit. Stylistically, Dubois does the bulk. He does the bulk of his positive work off of the left jab. So if you disrupt his left jab, keep Dubois on his back foot, he becomes antsy, unsure of himself. He does loop his punches pretty well. Obvious power on every shot. And it's one of those fights Joshua could be in firm and full control of for every second until the second that he isn't in firm, full control. You know what I'm saying? But I can't unsee what I saw. Ergovic in his last fight with Dubois, Ergovic couldn't miss with right hands. He couldn't. Dubois holds his hands in what appears to be a protective guard, like protective purposes is why he has him up. Yet his guard is wide, leaving him open for uppers, hooks, pretty much the gamut of punches. He's open for all of them. And I think Dubois, sure, he got a KO registered, KO 10, I believe, over Chunky Gerald, and he stopped Ergovic. I believe Dubois outlasted Chunky Gerald and Ergovic, more so than stopping them outright, per se. Now, the verdict is the verdict. But Frank Warren's boasts of a resurgent Dubois, they seem a bit exaggerated to these eyes and ears. The Ergovic game plan was actually working. Ergovic just lacked the power and endurance to sustain it. And Joshua doesn't. Anthony Joshua does not. So my final prediction, I got Joshua by KO. I'm smelling 4 rounds max via the Ben Davidson factor. REED-BBS, BBS. Blackbird Sugar, Bachelor's in Boxing Studies. Television! Fred Sanford of the Fistic Arts. When all is said and done, there's nothing left to say